and perhaps reasons of health did not permit them to attend. So it happened ultimately that the burden of drafting this constitution fell on Dr. Ambedkar, and I have no doubt we are grateful to him.
The credit that is given to me does not belong to me. It belongs partly to Sir B.N. Rao, the constitutional advisor to the Constituent Assembly, who prepared a rough draft of the constitution for the consideration of the drafting committee. A part of the credit must go to the members of the drafting committee also. I shall not enter into the merits of the constitution because I feel, however good a constitution may be, it is sure to turn out bad because those who are called to work it happen to be a bad lot. However bad a constitution may be, it may turn out to be good if those who are called to work upon it happen to be a good lot. It is therefore futile to pass any judgment upon the constitution without reference to the part which the people and their parties are likely to play. Thank you.
And sitting in this chair and watching the procedures from day to day, I have realized what no one else could have, with what rare zeal and devotion the members of the drafting committee, and especially its chairman, Dr. Ambedkar, irrespective of his indifferent health, have worked.
In spite of factual objections, Nehru is strongly in favor of the passage of the controversial Hindu Code Bill that was put forward by Dr. Ambedkar, whose aim it is to improve the woman's lot. He believes the barometer of an enlightened society can be discerned by the status of its women.
Murdabad! Murdabad! Hatado! 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 Hatado!
The Hindu Code Bill is an insult to Hindu Dharma Shastra. It casts aspersions on our hoary traditions and Shastras. What does Dr. Ambedkar know of Hindu Dharma Shastra? Does he know Sanskrit? Has he read Vedas? In a revenge, he is out to destroy the Hindu Dharma Shastra by one blow of this law. Are we going to allow an untouchable to touch our sacred God-given laws?
Never, never. We shall shed blood, an uncouth, unclean, untouchable, defiling the laws set centuries ago by Bhagwan Shri Krishna, Bhagwan Manu, Bhagavad Gita, Vedas and Upanishads. Don't touch
Hindu laws!
Don't touch
Hindu laws!
Ambedkar!
Murdabad!
Ambedkar!
Murdabad!
Dear Bhaurao, there is so much opposition to the Hindu Code Bill from all quarters. The statue of Buddha that Madhikelkar is making for Siddharth College is in its final stage of completion. And so is my decision to embrace Buddhism. I was always impressed by Buddhism since my childhood, as I had read Life of Buddha, a book written by Dada Kiluskar, a well-known writer, also my father's friend, which he gave me as a gift. Buddhism is the only religion that preaches the three principles of prajna, knowledge, karuna, compassion, and samatha, equality. Buddhism is the answer to the exploitation in the world. People today somehow try to relate Buddhism with communism. But communism is based on force and Buddhism is ahimsa. It's a democratic system, which is why I have made up my mind to advise the millions of untouchables to embrace Buddhism.
Baba Sahib, from the Prime Minister's office.
Read it.
You know that we have a good deal of opposition to the Hindu Code Bill both inside and outside the House. With the best will in the world, it cannot be passed in this session. I can quite understand your disappointment. Even the marriage and divorce parts of the bill had ultimately to be postponed.
Atrocious. Yathu, come and take dictation. For a long time, I have been thinking of resigning my seat from the cabinet. The only thing that held me was the hope that it would be possible to give effect to the Hindu Code Bill. But with its demise, even the marriage and divorce part of it is killed. I see no purpose in me continuing as a member. The Hindu Code Bill was the greatest social reform measure ever undertaken by the legislature in this country. To leave inequality between class and class, sex and sex, as in Hindu society, untouched. And to go on passing legislation on economic reforms is to make a farce of our constitution and to build a palace on a dung heap. Dear Vaman Rao Godbole, I am confident that one day, to protect humanity, not only India, but the whole world will accept Buddhism. So the day of Diksha will be 14th of October 1956 at Nagpur. Yes, I had promised Gandhiji that when the time comes, I would choose the least harmful way for the country. And this is the greatest benefit I am conferring on the country by embracing Buddhism. For Buddhism is part and parcel of Indian culture.
But won't you lose reservations and benefits meant for untouchables?
Are Brahmins prepared to become untouchables in return for these reservations?
Why are you quitting Hinduism?
Why don't you ask your fathers and forefathers that question? Our efforts are to gain basic human rights and regain our self-respect.
But why Buddhism?
Because Buddha's religion is based on morality and ethics and has no caste. Because the social gospel of Hinduism is inequality, whereas Buddhism is all for equality. Because Buddha's teachings are modern, rational and ever contemporary, there is no dogma. He makes you think and live by reason. Except Buddha, all founders of religions claimed for themselves the role of savior. Buddha was satisfied with being simply a guide.
नमो तस्सा भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्सा नमो तस्सा भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्सा नमो तस्सा भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्सा बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि पानातिपाता वैरमणि सिक्खापदं समादयामि आदिन्नादाना वैरमणि सिक्खापदं समादयामि कामेषु मिच्छाचारा वैरमणि सिक्खापदं समादयामि मूसावादा वैरमणि सिक्खापदं समादयामि सुरामेरया मज्जपमादठाना वैरमणि सिक्खापदं समादयामि
साधु साधु साधु. My beloved brothers and sisters, I have renounced the Hindu religion and I am embracing the great Buddha and his Dhamma based on equality of man, knowledge, right path and compassion. Hear me, my brothers and sisters. I am no longer a Hindu, no longer an untouchable. I am a liberated human being, a free man, no longer a slave of a pernicious social system. And so, my brothers and sisters, I hereby take a pledge to dedicate my remaining life to spread the Dhamma, the light of Buddha, throughout the world. And now, my dear brothers and sisters, those of you who want to follow me unto the light shown by the great Buddha should rise and repeat the Saranatraya and the pledges after me. I will follow the 10 precepts laid down by Lord Buddha. I will treat all animals with compassion. I will consider all men as equal human beings. I will accept the Dhamma of Gautam Buddha and give up my old religion, which is detrimental to the progress of humanity and which treats humans with contempt. With this, I am being born anew. I shall no more pray to Hindu gods, nor shall I follow the Hindu rituals. Henceforth, the 3 principles enumerated by the Buddha, knowledge, right path and compassion, shall guide my actions throughout my life.
शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि